Good evening. One of Britain's largest supermarkets is to introduce milk that costs an extra 10 pence a litre to customers, but that 10 pence will go straight to the farmers. The move was announced at a meeting in Solihull between the supermarket and farmers' leaders. Our rural affairs correspondent Gregory-Kumar reports.
On Obelisk Farm near Solihull, Edward Hemming is suffering like many dairy farmers. But the angry protests we're seeing are a reminder of his dad, Andrew, who was a leading campaigner for fair milk prices up until his death in 2012.
We suddenly lost Dad to a heart attack, which left a very big hole, not only in what he was doing with Farmers for Action, but also in our farm and family life. So with these milk price battles that are going on now, it's sort of bringing back home how much work Dad did for the industry.
So what does Edward hope will come out of today's meeting between farmers and Morrisons, happening just 10 miles down the road from his farm?
We need more money, basically. More money is what we need, and we need it quick, because we're going into the winter months, extra feed bills, extra vet and med bills. Basically that is what today is about with Morrisons. And it would be interesting to see how they respond to what is being put forward to them.
Farmers for Action and the National Farmers Union met with Morrisons for 2 hours at this Solihull hotel, and when they emerged, big news from the supermarket.
We will be launching in October a new brand called Morrisons Milk for Farmers. We'll offer this alongside the standard Morrison milk product, but it will retail at a 10 pence per litre premium, and all of that premium will be passed back to the dairy farmers who supply our processor.
We welcome the move, but the reason we're reconvening at the end of the week is we've put a number of proposals on how we need to get more money within days, weeks, not months, into the dairy supply chain. They're going to go back and talk to their board about that, and when we reconvene, hopefully we'll have a bit more information.
Dairy farmers are now starting to think about autumn and winter. Costs will be going up, and if they're not in good financial health, many won't make it to next year.
And David joins us now from Edward Hemming's farm near Solihull. So David, Morrisons are to sell a new brand of milk. How exactly is this going to work?
Well, here is the first picture that's just gone on social media of what you can look for in terms of the label. Get a bit closer. 10p goes to the farmer, 10 pence a litre. So this is one of those big 4-pint bottles you probably pick up in the supermarkets. That means around 23 pence will go to all the farmers who supply Morrisons with milk. So depending on how it sells, that could be, a useful sum of money, but if it doesn't sell, obviously it won't be. Now this won't be available till the autumn, and farmers are keen to point out, this is great, but Morrisons really only supply about 400 million litres of milk in the UK. There's 14 billion litres we consume out there, so this is a drop of milk in an ocean of milk.
Yeah, so after everything that's happened, how are farmers feeling about this latest development?
Well, they are worried because, as Edward was saying in my report, you're going into autumn and winter now. So you're bringing animals in, you're starting to think about increased feed costs over winter. You want to be in a really good financial position now to get through the winter. And dairy farmers in particular just aren't. And that's the big problem. If they don't get a bit of extra cash now, they're going to find it really hard to stay in business throughout the harder, leaner winter months.
What about the protests then? Is that the end of them?
Oh no, I don't think so at all. And while Morrisons may have bought themselves a little bit of breathing space, there's another announcement of meeting with Morrisons on Friday, remember. Other supermarkets, Asda, Lidl, Aldi, I think they're looking a bit vulnerable. And then what about other people who use milk, like for example large coffee chains? Where does your milk come from when you go and have your latte? Could you end up seeing a cow inside your local coffee store? We'll have to wait and see.
David, thank you.